Shabbat Shalom, everyone. We're going to begin Minha. Page 214. Ashrei Ashrei Beitecha Ojalu Chasel Hashem Shekachalo Hashem Shana Elohav Tila LeDavid. Tilatron Adaber Pi Bivrakol Basar Shem Kocho Leolam Ba'ev Anachton Arachia Miatavir Olam Hallelujah Val Tzion Goel Shavefesh Biakon Numan Naivan Zipitiotam Biatakadosh Oshev Tilot Yisrael Bekazazev Yamar Kadosh 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 Ranayt Muhalares Kevodo Mikabli Nemi Nemi Amigadi Bishmago Vati Saini Ruach Vashmacharai Kol Rash Gadol Baruch Adonai Min Kamol Ad Ruach Hashim Adonai Imloch Leolam Moed Adonai Tzvana Mani Mizgab Lana Lekot Zedna Tzvishim Derech Nereshim Elchim Kovin Ruach Leman Yizamer Chachavo Velo Yidon Elohai Lamodeka Baruch Hagev Shetach Hagai Padekah ויבטחו לך ידי שמך, כי לא עזבת דרשך אדוני, נחבץ למען צדקו יגדיל תורה ויאדיר, יתגדל ויקדש שמי רבה, יעמד ברכותי וימליך מלכותי בחייכון וביומייכון, וכי לכל בית ישראל, בגלל בזמן קריב, יאמרו אמן, יהי שמר במבורך, ועלם המלמיה, יברך וישתבח, בפרט שמה ויתנשא ותדע ותדלל ותדלל, של קדושה בריחו, ולם יגור ברכתה ושירתה, תשבחתה ונחמתה, דמירן בעלמה, יאמרו אמן, ואני תפילתי, לך אדוני את רצון, אלוהים ברוך חסדך, הנני באמת אישך. ויהי בנשוא אהרון, ויאמר משה, קום ערף ירצו אויביך, וינוסו משנאיך מפניך, כי מציון תצא תורה, דבר ה' מירושלים, ברוך שנתן תורה, וימושל בקדושתו. Read from Parshat Bechukotai, page 746 in the Chumash. I'll get a daily seat. That's a good idea. Let's do one back. Does anybody need an aliyah or want an aliyah who has your site this week? הכל הבו גודל אלוהינו כבוד לתורה יעמוד אדוארד יעמוד ראובן בן אברהם בשרה לאבי שנה ברוך שנתן תורה לימוד בקדושתו
Amen. B'chukotai teleichu v'mitzvotai tishmeru v'asitem otam v'natati kishmechem v'itam v'natana haaretz yivula v'yetz hasada yitin Priyo v'yisig lachem dayesh et vatzir yasik et zara v'achaltem lachmechem lasova v'shavtem lavetach v'artzechem.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר נתן לנו תורת אמת וחיי העולם נתן בתוכנו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
Rabbi, the sound on the internet is really low.
Okay, we'll work on it. And mute yourself, please. רבקה בת חבב יעקב לא ישניה.
ברכו את אדוני המבורך. ברוך אדוני המבורך לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר בחר בנו מכל העמים ונתן לנו את תורתו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
Amen. V'natati shalom ba'aretz u'shchaftem v'yin macharit v'hishbati chayara min ha'aretz v'cherev lo tavor b'artzachem v'urdaftem et oyevechem v'naflu lifnechem v'charev v'ratfu mikem chamisha meya u'meya chamisha mikem v'rvava v'irdofu v'nafelu oyevechem lifnechem l'charev Ufaniti alechem, hifreti etchem, v'hirbeti etchem, v'kakimoti et briti etchem.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר נתן לנו תורת אמת וחיי עולם נטע בתוכנו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
Baruch Adonai Baruch Adonai Baruch Adonai Baruch Atari Nam Uchal Mashem Chabaru Mikol Amim V'Atzal Naruk Torah Baruch Atari Nam Notein HaTorah.
Amen. V'achaltem yashan noshan v'yashan mipnei chadash totziu v'notati mishkani b'tochachem v'lo tigal nafshi itchem etchem hitalachti b'tochachem v'hayiti lachem Elohim v'atem tiu li le'am ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etchem eretz Mitzrayim miot lahem avadim v'eshper motot ulchem v'olech etchem koma miyuhud.
Baruch Atari Nam Elohim Melech Asher Natan Lanu Torat Emet Chem Taptachenu. Baruch Atari Nam Notein HaTorah.
Please rise, the Torah is lifted. York site that requires an Almale? No? Okay. We continue with Yehalalel, Todah, 221. Is that right? Yalo Shem Adonai, Kinskab Shemo Levado, Hodas Vashamayim Yaron Karen Liamo, Delham Chasidav, the Nezra Grovo, nice flow to Melchakavod, Selav Nucho, Yamar Shuba. Necha Yobishut Tzedek, Chasidecha Yeranin, above Uradiyota. It's Chaim Hilma Chazikim Ba, Betomchem Eushar Drached Archei Noam, B'chol Nativoteh Shalom, Hashivenu Adonai Lecha V'nashuva Chadesh Yameinu Kekedem, Yitkadal V'yitkadash Shemei Rabba, Yalamad Yivrachutei, V'yamlich Machutei, B'chaychon, V'yomechon, V'yitocho Beit Yisrael, V'agalav Zman Kariv, Yimeru, Amen, Yehi Shmei Rabba Mavorach, Yivarach V'yishtabach, V'yitparchram V'yitnasei, V'yitadar V'yitlevet Elal, Shvei Nekudashah, Richu, V'yitlevet Korbrachata, V'shirata, V'shvata V'nechamata, Damiran B'yalama, Yimeru, Amen. Damidah said quietly beginning 223. Repetition Amidah begins 223. Please remain standing for Kedusha 225. Nice. Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu Le'avotenu Le'Avraham Le'Yitzchak Le'Yaakov El Hagdol HaGibor V'Yanora El Hayom Gomel Chasadim Tovim V'Konei Hakol V'Zocher Chasdei Avodim V'Yigoel Livnei V'nei L'man Shemo V'Yava Melech Ozer Mashiach Magen Baruch Ata Adonai Magen Avraham Ta'gibor Le'Amanai Mechem Etim Atarav Lo Shir Maridatam Echokei Al-Chaim V'Chesed Mechem Etim Rachamim Rabim Somech Noflim V'Rofei Cholim Atir Asurim V'Mekayim V'Notel Yishnei Afar Michem Mocha Bag V'Rodim Yidom Malach Melech Meimitum Chayim Atzmich Yeshua V'Naman Tal HaChayim Etim Baruch Ata Adonai V'Chayei HaMeitim כשם שמעתי שמותו בשמי מרום, ככתוב היד דבייך וקרא זה, הזה בימה. קדוש, 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 אדוני צבאות מלוך על הארץ כבודו, לעומתם ברוך יאמרו. ברוך כבוד אדוני מקומו דברי קודשך כתוב לאמור. ימלוך אדוני לעולם, חי ציון לדור ודור, הללויה לדור ודור, נגיד גודלך ולנצח נצחים, קדושתך נקדיש ושבחך אלוהינו. מפינו למשה לעולם ועד, כי מלך גדול וקדוש, אתה ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש, אתה אחד בשמך אחד, ומי כעמך ישראל, ומי כעמך ישראל, גוי אחד בארץ, תפארת גדולה, ועטרת ישועה. יום מנוחה וקדושה לעמך נתת, יום מנוחה וקדושה לעמך נתת. אברהם יגל, יצחק ירנן, יעקב ובניו ינוחו בו, יעקב ובניו ינוחו בו. מנוחת אבא ונדבה, מנוחת אמת ואמונה, מנוחת שלום ושלווה והשקט ובטח, מנוחת שלום ושלווה והשקט ובטח, מנוחה שלמה שאתה רוצה בה. יכירו בניך וידעו כי ממך היא מנוחתם, ים מנוחתם יקישו את שמך, אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו, וצא מנוחתנו קדשנו מצוותיך, ותן חלקנו בתורתך, סבנו מטובך, בשמחנו וישועתך, ותאר ליבנו לעבדך באמת, והנחילנו אדוני אלוהינו באהבה ברצון שבת קודשך, וינוחו בה ישראל מקדשי שמך, ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת. רוצה אדוני אלוהינו במך ישראל בגבולתם, ושבט עבודה לביר ביתך, ואישי ישראל תגולתם, דבקתי לו ברצון ותהי לרצון תמיד, עבדי ישראל עמך ותחזינה עינינו בשובך ציון ברחמים. ברוך אתה אדוני המחזיר שכינתו לציון, מודים אנחנו עליו על ניסך שבכל יום עמנו על נפלותיך וטובתך שבכל עת ערב. הטוב כי לא כל הרחמך מרחם כי לא תמו חסדך מעולם קיווינו לך, ועל כולם יתברך בתרום שמך אלוקינו תמיד לעולם ועד. בכל לכם ידעו חסד אלוהי את שמך מת, אל ישועתנו בעזרתנו סלע. ברוך אתה אדוני אתה שמך לכנה אל ההודות, שלום רב על ישמעך תשים לעולם, כי אתה מלך הדוד לכל השלום וטוב בעיניך. לברך לך ישב לכל עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. ברוך אתה אדוני המברך את עמו ישראל בשלום. Top of 230. צדקך צדק לעולם, בתורתך אמת, וצדקך לימד ברום אשר סגדלות אלוהים מחמוך, צדקך כהראל, משפטך תהום רבה, אדם ובהמה תושיע אדוני, יקדש יקדש שמי רבה. ימד יברח כתבי מכפרתי בחייכון ומכון וחי תכל בישראל בגלל בזמן קריב אמרו אמן. יהי שמי רב מבורך לעולם מעלמיה, יברך וישתבח ויתפאר שמו ויתעשה ותרב ותלדל שנה קדושה בריחו ולעולם נקום ברכתה ושרתה זכותה ונחמתה דמירן בעלמה ואמרו אמן. תקבל צאתנו בעתון דחוי של קודם עבוני ושמיה ואמרו אמן. יהי שלום רב מן שמיה וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום מרומיו הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל התגל הזה לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא השמיים והארץ שכתוב רבות שמיים ומלך ונדבר אלוהינו אין ככתוב בתורתו. על כן נקווה לך אדוני אלוהינו ליום מהרה ותפארת וזכר לתקד עולם מלכות שדי. ככתוב בתורתך אדוני מלך לעולם ועד, ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד. קדישתו מורנס קדש page 232. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, ויעלמה דברך חירותי וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומייכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בגלה וזמן קריב ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי רב V'yaseh, v'yithadar, v'yitale, v'yithalal, shemei kudasha, b'richu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechamata, damiran be'alma v'yimru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. Aseh shalom l'mamav, u'yaseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. Ashkoch to Marshall for laning. We're going to go 3 rooms that way to Hirsch, where Sudashli sheet is set up. Zoomers, give us about 10 minutes to move to that room and get food, and then I'll introduce our presenter, and he will speak to us. So go and get food, and we'll start up in about 10 minutes.
is named Equilibrium.
We're going to start in about 3 minutes as soon as this last group gets their food. So, Zoomers, thank you for being patient with us. You can keep talking, but I'm giving you a 3-minute warning.
Today is my daughter's birthday and the rabbi's birthday, so my daughter's in New York will celebrate the rabbi's birthday. That's it. I took, well, it depends when they, we have, the baseball leagues for little kids here, and they have, they play with, the ball is on the tee. They play t-ball, and that taught Josh the game, and then he loved going to games. And the interesting thing about the t-ball thing is Josh had unassisted triple play because he was the only guy in the goes to the conservative synagogue of Fifth Avenue. My daughter, Mira, was the conservative synagogue of Fifth Avenue. Yeah, it's on, everybody, it's an interesting problem in New York. Fifth Avenue Synagogue is not on Fifth Avenue. Park Avenue Synagogue is not on Park Avenue. Conservative Synagogue on Fifth Avenue is not on Fifth Avenue. They're all on the side streets. But they derive now Central Synagogue, which when they had the occupation, when the terrorists took over the synagogue in Colleyville, he wanted to speak to the rabbi of Central Synagogue because he thought that was the pinnacle protocol for the elders of Zion. Little did he realize that she was an Asian Jew.
Okay, we're going to get started. So those who are online getting food, please stay online and get food, but do it quietly because I want to make sure that we have enough time for this unique presentation. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. As many of you know, when as many of you know, when we were in Israel in February for our communal solidarity mission, we went to volunteer, we went to witness, we went to expose ourselves to the hardest things that the people in the state of Israel are going through right now, and also some of the most extraordinary responses to it. Some of the people who were on that trip are here. We really went from first thing in the morning to late at night because we wanted to pack in the day with as many meaningful experiences as possible. And one of the very powerful visits that we arranged through Michael Stoyer and connections that he had was to visit the headquarters of the Givati Brigade, which is one of the elite units of the Israeli army, where we got to both meet with Yitzhak, who we're going to hear from in a moment, who's the chairman of the Givati Brigade Association. We also had a live Zoom session with one of the Givati commanders while he was in Gaza, taking a break from fighting a war to come speak to us about the bravery of his soldiers. If you know a little bit about the Israeli army, there are elite brigades that focus on different areas of warfare, and Givati is one of them, and Yitzhak will explain a little bit more about that, a little bit about who he is, but I'll do it briefly because I mostly want you to hear not about him, but from him. Yitzhak Levitt was drafted into Tzahal in 1976. He volunteered to Sayeret Shaked, Special Forces Unit. In 1978, he became an officer and completed all the command posts up to company commander. He took part in several operations in the Gaza Strip and South Lebanon during the First Lebanon War in 1982 and served as a commander of a paratroopers company. After a period of academic studies, he was promoted to be a commander in the Tzahal Officer School. He retired from full-time duty in 1989 after being the commander of the Givati battalion called Rotem. After his retirement, Yitzhak graduated with honors in computer science, became a high-tech entrepreneur.
He founded and led a company called LSS, a company that develops an innovative software solution for the production of multimedia applications. Following the company's success in 1996, he was awarded the Best Small High-Tech Company of Israel, granted by the Prime Minister. And since 2000, Yitzhak has served as the CEO of CDI Systems, a company based in Jerusalem that develops e-commerce and protection technologies. And it's really our honor to have Yitzhak live with us this Shabbat. Yitzhak, b'chabod.
The most important thing you didn't say, I am married with the same woman 41 years. And have 4 children. So thank you very much, Rabbi Adam, for hosting this event. To Rabbi Rebecca, I understand that she's not here. To Michael and Laura, who I know that they were involved in the coordination of this event. And to Alan. You know, Alan, yesterday when I ate at your home in the evening, I thought about Haman that was brought from the sky. And in Yom Shishi, you know, we received, the people in the desert received 2 portions that will also be available for Shabbat. So when I ate yesterday, I feel exactly it was Haman, because until today, I couldn't eat nothing more. By the way, it was very sweet, and also the man is tapachit kadvash. So it reminds me the dvash, the honey of the Haman. Anyway, I like more spicy, but next time you will have the time to. Yeah. And of course, I again lot of thanks for your delegation that came to Israel to really support solidarity with the Jewish people, with the people that live in Israel. So I was asked to address the order of our time, to share with you the news from the front lines and how IDF is working days and night in the Gaza Strip, but not only in the Gaza Strip. But first, let me turn to our eternal guide, the Torah, for guidance and inspiration. Although I am not a rabbi, but I used to, from time to time, to refer to Torah Parshiot. Our Torah portion opens with the law of Shemitah, of the land and the year of Jubilee and its consequences for the land, the states, the houses, and the people. After that, the portion continued with the law of Neshech, Hebrew slavery, and Gentile resident. The parasha ends with the prohibition of idolatry, keeping Shabbat, and temple worship. It is evident that the portion deals mainly with the holiness of the land, as a continuation of the previous portion dealing with the sanctity of men and the sanctity of time, you know, Tazria, Tzorah, Shmini, and so on. The land of Israel has its own unique law. It rests once every 7 years. It also has a Shabbat. It also frees land and slaves once every 7 years, and a general freedom in the year of Jubilee. The sanctity of the land affects those who live on it. It requires responsibility. It is forbidden to spoil it. Part of the work of the people of Israel in the land of Israel is the improvement of the land. It is not only a physical matter of production and building. It is the deepening of the connection between our people, our land, and our nation, introducing the values that the Torah educates us to the next generation through the feet and hands. Just as there is a relationship, a connection between people which should be about the realization of human passion and desire, so should be also between the people of Israel and the land of Israel. It's not because we don't have another place to live. It is because we were choosing to fulfill a crucial and historical mission, and precisely in the land of Israel. We were chosen together for bringing a different spiritual and moral reality to all the nations, all Goyim. And we are only in the middle of this historic process, facing a lot of challenges along the way, every day, for centuries. The land of Israel was bought with suffering. So the sage taught us, Eretz Israel niknet b'yisurim. It takes time and resilience. The Torah sees fit to tell us at the beginning of the parasha that was said at Mount Sinai, and show us that the connection with the land of Israel is part of our way of life, not just as people on its land. The connection to the land is first of all a belief in the righteousness of our way, in the understanding that we are not in Israel by chance. We did not get there as a result of an historic accident. Eretz Israel is the land of our ancestors. For that end, we must care about each other. We must preserve the unity between all the Jews without exception. We sacrifice too much to waste it in all unnecessary internal differences. We should commit our energy in building bridges of friendship, step by step, shoulder to shoulder. This is the right path to deepen our connection and roots through generation from Mount Sinai to Eretz Israel. But we must be very, very alert and remember that we have many enemies who simply want to destroy us. Our feet must be therefore solidly on the ground, while our eyes keep looking ahead on the top of the mountain. Now let us return to the main topic and the main reason why I'm here. I have about 30 minutes, 25 minutes, or less. All right. So, as Rabbi Adam introduced me, I served in the army for several years in different positions. But I want to start with a statement about the situation right now. Israel is fighting now simultaneously in 6 fronts, not in one. Gaza is in the focus. Iran has been in the focus. In fact, we are fighting on a daily basis in 6 fronts. We are fighting inside Israel, in Judea and Samaria, every day, every night. There are operations that our soldiers and elite units of IDF enter into Jenin, into Shechem, into other cities in order to catch terrorists that are about to make a pigua. How is it pigua? Yeah. On a daily basis. So this is front number 1. Front number 2 is Hezbollah. Hezbollah treating us on a daily basis. It didn't start it now. We have had a lot of rounds with them. And we know exactly who are their sponsors. And this is number 2. And we have, or IDF needs to take care of having enough troops to be able to deal with that if it will develop into a major war. Number 3, Houthis. You know, the Houthis, it sounds like something very far, but Israel is involved, I don't want to say on a daily basis, but we are fighting against the Houthis, who are, by the way, generating a global problem. It's not something local. It not only has to do with Israel. A global problem means that because they are doing what they're doing with all the ships that go through that zone of the Gulf. They impact the economy of the world. They prevent ships to go to the Suez Channel, to the Red Sea, to enter to Eilat. From there, the merchandise go to Ashdod, and from Ashdod to Europe, and so on. They are causing a major damage to economy of the world. Number 4, Iraq and Syria. I don't know how much you are aware, but IDF is there. Okay? It's not broadcasted anywhere, but IDF is there. Not only the airplanes, also a lead group of IDF are there in order to prevent the smuggling of weapons and wherever it is through Syria, through Lebanon. Number 5, Iran, which is also treated by Mossad, somewhere also IDF. And I don't want to speak too loudly about what's going on there because I'm sure that you understand. I don't have to explain that. The U.S. threat to Israel in the last 30 years, which has been developing very dangerous, very problematic. And the third one is the one that I will focus in the Gaza Strip. I'm just wondering, it's a really completely different imagination. America, let's say that in one day, Mexico became crazy, they attacked the US from the south. The Canadians became crazy, they attacked from the north. The Chinese from their east coast attacked the west coast of the US, from Shanghai, from Beijing, missiles, rockets, and so on, so on, so on. You can imagine that. What will America do in that case? We know it will not happen, but in our case it is happening. I just want to tell you the bottom line. We will overcome. I'm 100% confident that we will overcome. It will not be a simple task to overcome all the fronts that are there simultaneously, but we will do. We don't have other choice at the end of the day. And we need the support of all the Jews around the world, and also the non-Jews around the world, people that mentally are right, okay, that they are focused, they understand the situation. They don't say that the bad is good, and they don't say that the evil is the good, and they don't think that the white is black and black is white, and they don't compare Netanyahu with Sinwar in the same level. Insane people that really lost any moral, any type of sanity about values, about what is the right thing, what is the wrong thing, in general. And if the world will not wake up, we know that the consequence will be that Europe within 20, 30 years from now will be maybe the greatest empire, Muslim empire in the world. And I hope that America will not give a largest room to this type of trend, because what's going on, for instance, right now in America with the universities is something that, when you think about it, it's incredible, really incredible. I will speak a little bit about the brigade now, and then about the association itself. The brigade is the brigade that in the independence war fought in the south of the country, and in fact prevent the Egyptians to invade Israel. Okay? I will not exaggerate if I say that unless Givati Brigade in 48, it was established in 47, by the way, November 47, one out of 6 brigades that were established by then. I will not exaggerate if I will say that unless Givati Brigade, Israel wouldn't exist. Okay? 2,500 soldiers of Givati with minimal weapon, with almost nothing, fought against 15,000 Egyptians that invade Israel or tried to invade Israel with air forces, with sea forces, with everything they had. And they managed to prevent them of doing that. They fought together with the civilians from kibbutzim in the south, Nekba, Galon, Bejibrin, and they managed to do that. And it's incredible when you think about that, because I don't think that there are too many precedents in the history. So I'm very proud of being the Givati Brigade Association chairman for generations, because we deal not only with the brigade today, we deal with the brigade since 55. Givati Brigade became a reserve brigade. One of the commanders of the Givati Brigade was Chaim Herzog, the president of Israel. And in 83, as a conclusion of the First Lebanon War, in which I served in another elite unit of IDF, in 82, in the war of the First Lebanon War, there was a conclusion that there is not enough elite infantry in IDF, and then they say, okay, let's establish a new one. Oh, Givati, the most famous one. You know, there are others. Yes, I'm not Chas v'Chalila saying something about Ariel or Iftach or all they're very nice. Okay, but I am representing here Givati, and I'm really very proud because the legacy of Givati, you know, Givati didn't have like the writers, okay, that wrote the history of Givati in the 40s, so people know less about. But Mapai and all the brigades that were associated to the party were much more developed in the PR. Okay, Givati was not so. So most of the fighters of Givati in the independent war were from Tel Aviv zone, Holon by then, at the beginning, Rehovot, and so on. So in 83, it was established. Maybe one more word about the Givati Brigade in 48. The first commander of the Givati Brigade was a guy named Shimon Avidan. Okay? Shimon Avidan was born in Germany. He made Aliyah in the 30s, and he returned to Germany after the Second War to revenge the murder of 6 million people. And he had a group of 6 people. They were named, they had a name, the Revengers. That was the name, the Revengers. He was the head of them. And they went into Germany and they killed hundreds of Nazis. Okay? There was no trial, no nothing. They did the verdict on the spot. They collected a lot of information. They had a lot of information, of course, from people that were in Europe by those days. And when he returned back to Israel, by the way, they had a crazy idea of poisoning all Germany through the water, something crazy, completely crazy. They didn't manage to execute this crazy plan. But anyway, they did a great job. Less spend of judges that need to take Nazis and to trial them, simply to do it in the right way. Anyway, when he returned back, he was nominated as the commander of this new brigade. So
So this is a chapter of history. He's a very interesting. He's from the kibbutz in the north of the country, originally after he made Aliyah from Germany. By the way, the last word about him is that he is one of the slogan of the Givati is something that he said. What is the secret weapon of Givati? The man, the soldiers, the man, the spirit. That's what he meant to say. And that's true because this follow us over all the generations until the generation that is fighting right now in Rafah. 83, Givati Brigade was reestablished. And to establish a new brigade is a big, big task, believe me. And originally, the Givati Brigade was supposed to be the Marines of IDF. And in 84, 2 years after I was a company commander, I was about to retire from IDF as a young fellow, 24, I think I was 23, 24. The commander of one of the elite unit that I served became the commander of the Givati Brigade. And tell me, no, Yitzhak, you are not going nowhere. Come here, I want you to join. I need good officers and you must come. And in spite of that, my wife is with me 41 years. Yes. So, much better. So I joined the Givati Brigade as the deputy commander of one of the battalions. I served almost a year, a full year in Lebanon by then. It was a very, 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 challenging time. Givati, by then, the performance of Givati was not so good. A new unit, you must to take, it was like the merging pot of different units that came, so it was really challenging. But after a couple of years, everything started working properly. In 87, I was nominated as the commander of one of the battalion. And then Givati, step by step, became the major player in the Gaza Strip, although over the years, it was also in Judea and Samaria, also in the north of the country, in Lebanon, again, and so on, until the withdrawal of IDF from Lebanon in 2000. As you remember, Ehud Barak by then decided to do that. The last fallen soldier of Givati, Itach, he was the last fallen soldier of IDF in Lebanon. 3 days before IDF withdrew, he fell. His father, Aryeh Itach, is one of the board of directors in our association. 2014, there are a lot of other milestones. I will not go through all of them. 2014, Protective Edge Operation. Givati led the operation and was the most received the highest, I would say,
Decorated.
yeah, 13 medals from the Chief of Staff, from the Ministry of Defense, from the Prime Minister, beyond any other unit, okay? Tzanchanim, Golani, all below Givati. What can I do? This is a fact. And unfortunately, in the last day of the operation, which lasted 56 days, if I remember correctly, there was an ambush to the commander of the Sayeret Givati, and 3 soldiers were killed. The commander itself, Minha Sarel, Liel Gidoni, who was his telecommunication soldier, and Adar Goldin, which I'm sure that you are familiar with. He was a lieutenant in the Givati Brigade unit that still his body has not been, and this is a issue that bothers Givati very much because we didn't believe that it will last already 10 years. Now it became like a minor issue because we have 130. But still, this is the debt that Givati, I'm sure, will fulfill. From 2014 until 2021, also Givati was all the time in Gaza, small operations, big operations, with a lot of success, really with a lot of success, but it didn't change at the end of the day the full picture, as you know, because the full picture was beyond the imagination of the intelligence commander of IDF, maybe beyond the understanding of the chief of staff, maybe of the government, who knows? I don't want to enter into politics. But the bottom line is that they managed to surprise and to do what they did. Givati brigade was chosen to lead the three main maneuvers into Gaza. Okay? 7th of October, 20 days after, preparations, training, blah, blah, blah. IDF entered into Gaza. Givati led the first maneuver, the 27th of October. After 1.5 months, they went out for 2-3 days. The soldiers were sent home, returned back. They led the entrance to Khan Yunis, which was the second big maneuver of the Iron Sword War. And the third time it was in Rafah, that also Givati is the brigade that led the entrance to Rafah with other units, including the Division 98, Shaldag, which is a very, very special unit of IDF, which I served as a company commander before many, many years ago. Unfortunately, the fee that Givati paid so far is really very, very high in any scale. We have in total 57 soldiers that fall. The last 4 or 5 in the last 2 weeks. We have about 700 wounded soldiers, which is more or less 25% of the fighters of Givati. More or less 450 returned back. 150, more or less 200 were released from IDF, and about 60 or between 60 to 70 still in hospitalized or in rehabilitation. So this is to give you a feel. I can tell you one thing, and I will cite now Israel Galili, who was the deputy minister of defense in the independence of in the war of independence. He said in May 25, there was a very, very hard fight in a not far from Kibbutz Negba, in a place named Ibdis. Okay? And 3 units of Givati of different battalions fought there. They changed and they fought there. 25 soldiers fought in less than 24 hours. But they managed to defeat the Egyptians, and thank God it looked like a tactic fight, and then it became a strategic fight. And then Israel Galili went to visit them on the spot in Ibdis itself, and he said, I hope I will translate it the right way, השורות מדוללות, אבל הרוח ממלאת את הפרצות. It's like, I see that the lines road, but the spirit fills the gaps. Okay? And I think this is exactly what's going on today after 76 years with Givati Brigade. We have a lot of losses, but the spirit of Givati fills the gaps. It's incredible. You know, I visit dozens of soldiers in hospitals, of course, bereaved families as well. But there was not even one soldier that when I asked him the same question, okay, what do you plan to do after you release from the hospital? Return back to fight. No. Listen, you don't have a leg. How you will return? I will be a prothèse and I will return. Something that is really incredible. This is the spirit of Givati. I think that is the spirit of IDF in general. But in Givati, there is something in the melting pot of IDF, that people from so different backgrounds are all together, and that builds something so good, so positive, so embracing, and so on. I will dedicate the last 5-10 minutes to talk about the association itself, and then leave room for question, of course. So the association was established before 40 years ago by a major general. His name was Yitzhak Pundak. He was the commander of one of the battalions in the independent war. I will tell you a nice story about him because it's really, he was completely Chiloni.
Secular.
Secular. It's secular. Okay, he and God, nothing to do with. And I used to meet him because he was the previous chairman. I used to visit him quite often. He lived in Kfar Yona, which is not far from Netanya. Every month I used to go to. He was 104. When I met him, he was about 85. I knew him for 9 years. And one time I came to, we met together, and I told him, tell me, Yitzhak, he's also Yitzhak, what is the secret of your so good life? You look so, he didn't have, wrinkles. He looked, after what, he named himself, I am a bereaved commander, because he lost about 200 soldiers in the independence war. Okay? He named himself, I am a bereaved commander. And I said, you must tell me what is this secret, how you managed to look so good. He went to lecture everywhere, something really incredible. I said, oh, Yitzhak, I will tell you what is my secret. Before, many years ago, I lectured to Bnot Ulpana. You know Bnot Ulpana? Not yeshiva, the yeshiva for women. Yeshiva for women, Ulpana. And they say you have 45 minutes to lecture. I start the lecture, and then I paid attention that they want to hear more and more and more. I lecture 3 hours. Could you believe? Yes, I believe. I know how interesting you are. And then he told me, I will tell you what is the secret of my long life. After I finished the lecture, all the ladies, young ladies, beautiful ladies, they came and they told me that they will make me every Shabbat misheberach. This is the secret of my long life. And he was secular, okay? Yeah. So this is Yitzhak Pundak. Anyway, he was the one that established the association. The association today is composed from 26 directors, former commanders of Givati. We have 5 families, bereaved families that also join us. By the way, in total, in Givati Brigade, we have 1,200 fallen soldiers, bereaved families. Since '83, we had until the war 239, and unfortunately now we have another 57. So board of directors, we meet twice a year. We have our fortress where Michael, Adam visit us with other people. I think I recognize here somebody else that was with the delegation. From there, we manage everything related to what we do, and I will tell you in a while, of course, what we do, in fact. We have a budget, an annual budget from the Ministry of Defense, which covers all the expenses of the Amuta in the fortress, which means salaries. We have 3 people working on a full-time job. We have 7 soldiers serving in the fortress that they deal mainly with adracha, guiding people. And, we have a museum, etc., etc. And by the way, the managing director of the Givati Brigade Association, Yudit, which is under my her father and her brother were murdered in Zikim. They were fishing in that zone. 6:30, they entered into a migunit, into a shelter, and it was a trap at the end of the day, as you know. So both of them were murdered. She was out of the blue for almost 3 months because of the cousin of her was murdered in Ofakim. So one person, 3 murders. And in some way, I also need to be, if I was involved 200% in the activities of the association, so after what happened, I was involved 400%. Now, the main mission of the Givati Brigade Association split into 3. 1, to perpetuate the fallen soldiers. 2, to preserve and develop the heritage of the brigade, and 3 is to carry out endless welfare projects for the soldiers, for the bereaved families, and so on. So this is more or less the split. For all the ongoing expenses, okay, paying the electricity, this and that, and the salaries, I get, by the way, the highest salary in the association, huge money from, I hope, in the future, Olam Haba, maybe I will be compensated for that. I'm really doing not a complete volunteer, I even donate by myself to the association. All the rest, everything that is related to welfare, to the well-being of soldiers, only from donations. So I used to come to the US, to Canada, twice a year, more or less, for fundraising purposes, and that's what I'm doing also in this road show. And thank God, especially now in these days, the people understand that Arvut Adadit is a part of the Arvut Adadit that the Jewish people are so focused on worldwide. I will tell you a few words about the type of project that we are doing. We have a lot of projects like mentoring soldiers that discharge from IDF. Okay, we have 26 mentors, all of them former commanders of IDF that take care of one soldier for 1 year, an escort team in all his needs, starting from finding a job, studies, maybe he doesn't even know how to open a bank account. We have an academic scholarship for more or less 8 soldiers every year. We have a project for, I would say, the lowest social economic background you can imagine, families of soldiers. We have about 20 families that on a monthly basis, we send them a full basket of food for 1 or 2 years, depending on the case. Everything, of course, is coordinated with the headquarters of the Givati Brigade, with the officers, with the welfare project, welfare, and so on and so on. And specifically, now in the war, we dealt with 4 or 5 projects. The first project is equipment. I'm sure that you were also asked to help with equipment, to buy. There are a lot of initiatives in Israel, and at some time people start thinking, well, what's going on? IDF doesn't have equipment for the soldiers. It's crazy. Yes, sometimes it doesn't have, but for good reason. What is the good reason? Givati Brigade reservists, they called the reservists to come. It was 150, about 150 attendants. Much more soldiers from the reserve came than it was required. Now, there were two options, to tell them, no, go back home, or to bring them and to, we didn't know exactly how all this will develop. So equipment, but after 2.5, 3 months, everything was done with a lot of assistance, by the way, from Jewish communities in the US. The second project is for the injured soldiers. We make a lot of appreciation events to injured soldiers. We already have done 3 in the fortress, by the way. We started before 3 months ago a very, I would say, effective series of PTSD prevention sessions for 2 days in a farm in the south of the country. We'll bring an organic unit of Givati. Okay, after they get out from Gaza, they go for 2 days. The idea here is not to take care of PTSD. PTSD, if somebody is identified as PTSD or diagnosed as PTSD, the Ministry of Defense will take care. This is their duty. But there are a lot of soldiers that are, we don't know how that will develop. So we make this type of event, 2 days, with psychologists and blah, 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 in order to prevent that will not develop. This is another case. We start now supporting the families of injured soldiers. What happened with the injured son? The injured father, after 1-2 months, sometimes 3-4 months, he's still hospitalized. He was wounded very severe. The family is out of the blue. They cannot continue working. IDF providing 1,500 shekels a month, which is about $400. Not big money. Okay, so we enter into a lot of gaps between the needs, the real needs, and between the ability of the Ministry of Defense to support that. We have other projects, but all of them are focused on the war, including, by the way, bereaved families. We are planning to make in September a weekend of 3 days for the new bereaved families, what we do with the other families for many years, but this time we will also bring the new families. Hopefully, we know already that out from 57 families, about 20 families will join. All the others, they don't want in the year of the to get there. So I hope I managed to cover the 3 topics. I want to leave some minutes for questions if you have. It will be, of course, my pleasure. Now, listen. You listen very well. I don't listen so well. My hearing is so speak loudly and slowly.
Were any members of the Givati Brigade captured and prisoners in Gaza now?
No.
If the Houthis are a global problem, what concerted effort by countries is being made?
Wow, this is a huge question. There are at least 2 countries that understood that this is a serious issue, the US and UK, and they sent some the Navy to try to prevent, but the problem is that is not to take care ad hoc, okay? The Houthi is like, sorry that I said that in that way, is like Hamas. It is cancer, okay? No less than cancer. And you cannot solve the problem by sending the Navy and saying, okay, the Navy will, yes, it will help for the next 10 ships that will go through there. But if you want really to solve the problem. It is something, the best sample is ISIS. ISIS. I don't know which understanding the people are here, but ISIS is still there. The dream to reach and to build a Muslim empire all in Europe, because there is a saying in Arabic that where a Muslim steps in, it belongs to the Muslim. You're aware of that? So, if the Muslims step into Spain from the north of Europe before 1,200 or 1,300 years ago, and they were there for 500, so it belonged to them. And that dream is not a dream that they forgot it. For ISIS, it was their main goal, to build from Asia to Europe a big empire. So I think that the problem of the radical Muslim, because there are also moderate Muslims, okay? We cannot make a generalization, not all the Muslims are the same. But the most, on my understanding, also the Sunni, also the Shia, they identify, if they are not very active, at least passively, they identify with the major concept of the radical Muslim. And unfortunately, I think that if Europe will not wake up and will not understand, and America, of course, who should be the leader of the world, and realize that this is a real strategic worldwide problem, I don't know what will happen. The problem in Israel is like a local problem, but it's not a local problem. It's a major strategic project for all the world. I will answer in a very different way. When the ISIS started the war, and they were fighting against other groups in Iraq and in Syria, blah, 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 Netanyahu was given a speech for a group of Christians in Jerusalem, and then he was asked, about Biden, was not Biden, it was Obama. Anyway, he was asked about what he thinks about the war, and then he said, I just can tell you one thing. I wish both parties a lot of success.
Both parties what? Say that again. What did you say?
Iraq and Syria. And the ISIS. Yeah. So this is the most I can say.
I want to thank Yitzhak obviously for his presentation, but really for his service to the Jewish people and to the Jewish state. We are 9,000 or 10,000 miles away from Medinat Yisrael, but we're right there with you, and this community is very connected to what is happening there and always will be. And we're really honored to have spent part of Shabbat with Yitzhak, and we say Chazak ve'amatz and all the holy work that you continue to do. This gathering was a learning session. It was not a fundraising event. If you feel so moved, we'll make the information available if people would like to support the Givati Association. And we hope that on your next visit to Israel, we can make the connection. You can go to the headquarters and see the museum and be, again, blown away both by the sacrifice and the courage of the Givati Brigade. And you can extrapolate, even though Yitzhak obviously is here to valorize the Chayalim of Givati, just imagine all of the other brigades that have been working to defend the borders and the people of Israel for all these decades. And we are, as members of the worldwide Jewish community, in debt to them. So todah Yitzhak, todah.
the inside.
To the Temple Beth Am community, in appreciation of your partnership and support of the welfare of the Israeli soldiers, the Givati Brigade Association, with the insignia of Givati. Gravity. Joey, do you want to lead Birkat Hamazon? Okay, come on over. And then we'll go into the chapel for Mariv and Havdalah.
Page 47. Shir Hamalot B'Shuv Adonai Et Shivat Zion Hayinu Kecholamim Az Yemale Sechok Pinu Ulshonenu Rina Az Yomeru Vagoim Higdil Adonai Lasotim Ele Higdil Adonai Lasotim Anu Hayinu Semechim Shuva Adonai et Shavitenu Ka'afikim Ba'negev Hazorim Bedima Berina Iktoru Haloch Elechu Vacho No Se Meshech Hazara Bo Yavo Verina No Se Alumotav Tehilat Adonai Yadaber Pi Vivarech Kol Basar Shim Kuchul Ilam Va'ed Va'anachnu Nevarech Yah Me'ata V'yad Olam Hallelujah Hodu Ladonai Ki Tov Ki Le'olam Chasto Mi Amalel Gevurot Adonai Yashmiya Kol Tehilato Chavi Ryan Varech Yehi Shem Adonai Mevarach Me'atam V'yad Olam Pirshu Chavi Ryan Varech Elohim Shech Alnu Mishelo Baruch Elohim Shech Alnu Mishelo V'tuvo Chayinu Baruch Hu Baruch Shemo Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam Hazan et HaOlam Kulo B'tuvo B'chein B'chesed U'vrachamim Hu notein lechem l'chol basar ki le'olam chasto uvtuvo hagadol tamid l'chasar lanu ve'ayechsar lanu mazon le'olam va'ed ba'avur shemo hagadol ki welzan imfarnes la'kol umetiv la'kol umechin mazon lechol beriotav asher bara Baruch Atah Adonai Hazan et Hakol.
Joel, do you want that from Marif?
Okay.
We'll start with Kaddish Rabbanan because he shared some words of Torah. Yeah. Rachel's here, okay.
Are we Minyan yet?
All right, Zoomers, we're going to start in just a minute. We're going to start with Kaddish Rabbanan, which is on page 111 in the left shalem as soon as we get Minyan, which is now.
Most of it, I want to go home.
Yikadal v'yikadash mirabah, v'yamad yivrach hiruteh, v'yamlich malchuteh, v'chayechon, v'yamechon, v'chayei d'chol Beit Yisrael, b'agalah, v'zman kariv, v'yimru amen. Yehi shmei rabbah mevarach, v'elam uromei omaya, v'yiparach, v'yishtabach, v'yipa'al, v'yitromam, v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar, v'yitaleh, v'yitalal, shmei d'kudusha b'richu. Leila minkol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran oma v'imru amen. Al Yisrael v'al Rabbanan v'al Talmidehon v'al kol Talmidehon v'al kol man da'askin v'oraita, di v'yatra hadain v'di b'chol atar v'atar. Yehilahon v'lachon shlom rabba, China v'chizda v'rachamim v'chayin arichin v'zanar v'chad v'forkana min kadam avohon d'vishmaya v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya v'chaim tovim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. V'aseh shalom b'normal u'berachamav v'yaseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen.
Man, we rise for Marif, page 264 for the bar.
Baruch hu et Adonai hamevorach. Baruch Adonai hamevorach le'olam va'ed. Baruch Adonai. Chai v'chayam temin yachaleinu le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai hama'ariv aravim. V'yabar chal tesimim min le'olamim. Baruch atah Adonai ohev amo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Adonai Elohechem emet. October Fivalem Moshe Neshachanu Shirabas of Harababim Ruchulam. Michamach Havalamara Michamach Darba Kodesh Naratiloto Sefelem Alchukaro Venechabakayamotne Moshe Ze Elianu Amru Adonai Imloch Lelam Vaed Amar Kifada Adonai Yaakov Golomiyah Chazak Mimenu Baruch Atah Adonai Ga'al Yisrael. Shmor Tzitenu Einu L'chaim L'chel Me'etav Yad Olam Baruch Atah Adonai Shomer Amo Yisrael Ha'ad. כי המלכות שלך היא ולמעט המלך בכל כאילו למלכה אתה ברכתה אדוני המלך בכבודו תמיד ימלך עלינו לעולם ועד ולכל מעשיו יקדל ויקדש מרבה יעמוד דברכותי וימליך מלכותי בחייכון ובימיך ובחייך כל בית ישראל בעגלה בזמן קריב ויאמרו אמן יהי שמי רב המברך לעולם ומעלמיה יתברך וישתבח ויתפרס ואמין נעשה ויתהדר ויתהלל שמי קדושה בריחו לעולם מכל בחטא ושירתה תוש בחטא ונחמתה דם ירם ביומה ואמרו אמן
Chatzikadosh 279.
יקדל ויקדש מרבה יעמוד דברכותי וימליך מלכותי בחייכון ובימיך ובחייך כל בית ישראל בעגלה בזמן קריב ואמרו אמן יהי שמי רב המברך לעולם ומעלמיה יתברך וישתבח ויתפרס ואמין נעשה ויתהלל ויתהלל שמי קדושה בריחו לעולם מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תוש בחטא ונחמתה דם ירם ביומה ואמרו אמן
Amen. Middle of 279 may be seated for Vihinom.
Vihinam Adonai Eloheinu מעשה ידינו כוננהו. יקראני בניהו עמו נוחי בצרה אכלתהו ואכבדהו אורך ממסביהו ויראהו בישועתי אורך ממסביהו ויראהו בישועתי.
Back to 216, second paragraph.
יתה קדוש יוסיף לעוד ישרו וקורא זה אל זה ויאמר קדוש 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 אדוני צבאות מלוך על הארץ כבודו. ותישאני רוח ואשמע אחרי קול רעש גדול. אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. ויפתחו בחיי שמך כי לזכת דרשך אדוני. אדוני חפץ למנתיקו ידל תורה וידיר. יקדל יקדש מרבה ויאמר דברך חיותי וימליך מלכותי בחייכון ובימיכון וחרף על בית ישראל בעגלה בזמן קריב ויאמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם ומעלמיה יתברך וישתבח ויתברך וישמע מנעשה ויתהדר ויתהלל ויתהלל שמי קודשה בריחו לעולם מן כל ברכותיו ושירותיו תושבעותיו ונחמתיו תאמירן בימיו ואמרו אמן. תתקבל צדקון ובטון לכל ישראל קודם עוון וישמעיה ואמרו אמן. יהי שלום רבה מן שמיים וחיים עלינו ולכל ישראל ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ולכל ישראל ואמרו אמן.
Page 63. Last night was the 32nd night of the Omer. So that tells you what we're going to count right now. Hineni mochanum zuman, hineni mochanum zuman, hineni mochanum zuman, hineni mochanum zuman. L'kayem mitzvat taseh, hineni mochanum zuman. Shel sfirat haomer kemo shekatuv b'torah. Usfartem lachem mimacharat haShabbat, hineni mochanum zuman. Miyom aviachem et omer atrufa, hineni mochanum zuman. Sheva Shabbatot Mimot Tiyena Ad Mimocharat HaShabbat HaShvi'it Yisparu 50 Yom. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Olam Asher Kiddushanu Mitzvotav V'tzivanu Al Sfirat HaYomer Hayom Shlosha U'Shloshim Yom Shehem Arba Shavuot V'Chamisha Yamim LaOmer. Today is the 33rd day, which is 4 weeks and 5 days. The Omer representing 232 days of captivity for those who are still captive in Gaza. Aleinu, page 281.
Aleinu l'shabech l'Adonai kol peitim. כתוב בתורתך אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד נאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ היום ההוא יהיה אדוני חודש מאחד.
Kadishato Mourner's Kaddish.
יקדל ויקדש שמי רבה.
Amen.
ויעמד יברך ירותי ימליך מלכותי בחייכון ובימיכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל בעגלה בזמן קריב ויאמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם ומעלמיה יתברך וישתבח יתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא יתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה בריחו לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה תאמירן באומה ויאמרו אמן. Yehi Shlama Rabba Min Shemaya. Chaim Aleinu El Kol Yisrael V'Imru Amen. Yaseh Shalom B'Mramav. Hu Yaseh Shalom Aleinu Ve'Al Kol Yisrael V'Imru Amen.
And we're now going to turn to Rachel and ask her to be seated and have all of us stand around her. I'll do it from here, but everyone can draw a circle around her. Rachel, as you're approaching the end of Shiva, an extended, delayed Shiva for your dear brother Sam, we hope you feel the comfort of our presence and our blessings and our care for you. And we give you for the penultimate time, Birkat Avelim, Hamakom Yenachem Etchem Betoch Sha'ar Avelei Tzion V'Yerushalayim. May the Holy One, who is in all places, offer you comfort amongst the mourners of Zion and Jerusalem. Yehi Zichro Baruch. May your brother's memory be a great blessing to you. There's one more Shiva Minyan tomorrow morning at Rachel Norm's home at 9 a.m., after which we'll break them out of the Shiva experience. Rachel, Yehi Zichro Baruch. Okay, we'll do Havdalah. Yeshuati Eftach velo Efchad Ki oziv ezimradia Adonai vayili lishua Ushaftem mayim besason Mimayne ha-Yeshua Adonai Yeshua Alamcha b'chatecha sela Adonai tzvaot imanu miskav lanu Elohei Yaakov sela Adonai tzevaot Ashrei Adam boteach bach Adonai Yoshia Hamelech Yaneinu B'Yom Koreinu La Yehudim Hayta Ora V'Simcha V'Sason V'Yikar Kein Tiyeh Lanu Kos Yeshuot Esa U'V'Shem Adonai Ekra Baruch atah Adonai Borei Minei Besamim. Baruch atah Adonai Machalam Borei Miorei Ha'esh. Baruch atah Adonai Machalam Avdil Ben Kodesh Rabbeinu L'Choshev Ben Yisrael Lamim Ben Yom Hashvi L'Sheish Yemei Hamaseh. Baruch atah Adonai Hamavdil Ben Kodesh L'Chol. Hamavdil Ben Kodesh L'Chol. Chatoteinu Imcho. Zareinu b'chaspeinu yarbe yarbe kacho v'kakochavim balayla. Zareinu b'chaspeinu yarbe yarbe kacho v'kakochavim balayla. Eliyahu Hanavi, Eliyahu Hatishbi, Eliyahu Hanavi, Eliyahu Hagil. Eliyahu Hanavi, Eliyahu Hatishbi, Eliyahu Hanavi, Eliyahu Hagilad. B'mehera yavo eleinu im Mashiach ben David.
Hi, Table.
Hi.
Pretty bad sound today.
Yeah, even with it all the way up, it was so hard to hear.
All right, the rabbi.
Hi, Tyrell.
Hi. Hi.
Tov.
Oh, you too, Shavua Tov. I
Mhm.
saw you were double dipping there, 2 screens. Now on one.
Yeah, we had I could barely get any sound on the computer.
So I had my
at
phone
all,
next
but-
to me.
I had an iPad turned all the way up. The
Yeah.
rabbi was easier to hear than the speaker.
Yes,
But
yes.
but it was better than last week when you were there. The sound, what you could see, the little icon had the red thing through it. The sound wasn't even turned on. I think
Oh.
I emailed I think I emailed you to say I
Yeah.
kept emailing Hector, who finally noticed and turned it on.
Oh, wasn't it on? Oh my gosh. So even
No,
okay.
it was the little red thing.
I'll
You
let
know-
Rabbi Clickville know tonight.
Well, you did
Pardon
say,
me?
I did say in the beginning. I said something. We couldn't hardly hear you.
but you could just tell them it really didn't get that much better. Yeah.
Yeah, and that it's week 2. But
Mm, yeah.
say it with a smile because we don't want them to stop doing Zoom and
Right.
turn it
Oh,
into
no,
live
no.
stream.
It was a
Yeah. Because you guys, you know what? I just went over to turn my computer off and get your sound. You came through really loud. So it's just, I think it's their end, but
it's their end.
Yeah,
No,
and when Gary asked early for them to turn the sound up, Gary's sound was fine.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just something about their system, I guess.
I will
Yeah.
convey
Yeah.
to the Rebbe.
Anyway.
Yep. Oh,
So
yeah,
we're
we're still being recorded. Someone may listen to it. Yes, we like Zoom. We want Zoom to continue, and we like to hear what's going on.
Yeah, we just wanted today, especially with the speaker, I wanted to be able to hear.
We barely heard it, but it's fine.
Yeah, I turned up. We were like each on different phones. I went on YouTube listening on my phone. Just 'cause it was,
And we're going to be close to you. We're going to
we're not being close to her. She's in Maryland.
I know, but that's closer than we are here.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. The other
We're
side
gonna
of the
go
country.
a little bit east, 2 states east is what we're gonna do.
Where are you going?
Colorado.
We're going to drive.
Oh, Colorado. I think based on time zone, closer to California.
Yeah.
I think Colorado's closer to California.